So,
That's right.
hey, talk about this. I know that we don't keep it too late, but you had a motorcycle for years. You and Shelly both drove motorcycles.
Both rode big bikes, yeah. We
And,
rode over there, didn't we?
and yes. And, y'all have driven in the rain, pounded down on you. But you were riding, was it a funeral or a parade or something on your bike when you got in the wreck? What was that?
No, actually, it was the Peanut Festival in Dothan.
Uh-huh.
Shelly was in the parade with we had a Christian radio station for
Right.
27. And she had a van in the parade, and I was going to ride the bike up there, my bike, and meet her for lunch, and her and Renee. And so I'm late leaving. So I'm running 85 or 90, and I was on 231. And I crossed the state line, and I got to the Peanut Festival gate, and there was a cop out there directing traffic, and he pointed his finger at me like, slow down. Yeah.
Right.
And I just nodded, but I didn't slow down. I kept going. He can't leave his post to come get me.
Right.
And I got to the second crossing after that, which is not far.
Right.
And it had been raining that morning, but it wasn't raining. The road was a little bit slick. And a bus was sitting in the median. I remember seeing this bus. And then all of a sudden, I'm coming up on all these 2 or 3 cars. I mean, a lot faster than they are. And they start diving to the ditch, and I'm thinking, what's going on? And there was a girl, a 16-year-old girl, who was supposed to be following that bus to help take care of these underprivileged children.
Right.
She slammed on brakes and turned when she realized the bus was there. Turned sideways and blocked both lanes. The bus is here, and these cars are here. And she's the only thing I got hit. And all this sounds like a little while, but it was like less than 2 seconds from the time I saw the bus until I hit her.
You laid the bike down. You laid the bike down on the side.
I pulled the right handlebar as far this way as I could, and it dropped me down, and I immediately hit the car.
Did your back tire go in, or the whole bike go in, both tires?
The whole bike went. Actually, the back tire hit the back tire of the car. The front tire went under the door, and I flew up and hit the door. And it was an older model Chevrolet.
Right.
Made out of metal.
Right.
And didn't you come see me at the hospital?
No, but I saw you afterwards where you were laid up in a balloon mattress.
I was black.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't think I was going to live for a while. So,
how many bones did you break in your body at that time?
Well, I had 17 broke ribs, breaks in my rib. Both lungs were collapsed. The right one was punctured multiple times. My hip socket was broke. My collarbone was broke. My collarbone and my shoulder blade was broken half in two. My sternum was busted and overlapped, and my heart got smashed. My liver was lacerated, kidneys bruised. It was all red from my kidneys for days. But my lungs collapsed, and I was dying in the emergency room, and they wouldn't give me any painkiller for 8 hours because they didn't know what all was wrong with me.
Right.
And if they do that, they can react. And so I'm laying there and I kept telling them I'm on fire and I can't breathe. I'm on fire. Oh. And this doctor walked in there dressed different. He wasn't dressed like a doctor. Mm-hmm. He came in and started pushing people out of the way, and I had other doctors there. And he punched a hole in me over here and put a tube in there down the bottom. He punched one here and run it down. And I got immediately relieved because
they didn't even know to do that? The other doctors didn't know that's like the first thing you do?
Apparently not. And I mean, it was bad. And Shelly was right there the whole time. When I didn't show up there, she decided to come on home. Right. By the time she got there, she saw the motorcycle in the wreck. Mm. And she said, "Where is the man riding that bike?" And said, they just left here to take him to the hospital. Because she had met the ambulance. And she drove back to the hospital. Came right on in there, and they let her stay right there by me the whole time. She was there for at least 10 or 12 hours before she left me in there. Oh. But they just, the paramedic at the wreck, it never knocked me out. I had a concussion, but it was a mild.
Did you have the helmet on?
Huh?
Was it
Yeah, I did. I was in Alabama. That's the only reason. But it was just so painful. All of it was.
Yeah.
And the paramedic, I remember him saying to the cop, and I hadn't said a word because I'm just laying there thinking,
right.
I can't stand this,
Right.
And he told the cop, he said, you might as well get homicide out here. You won't make it to the hospital.
Wow.
And I said, you shouldn't say that, and in front of me.
Right.
And he said, oh, I thought you were unconscious. I said, not yet, I'm not. I wish I was, but I'm not.
Right.
But they loaded me up. He apologized all the way to the hospital saying it. But I went back and thanked that whole crew that was on that day for saving my life, and witnessed to them that it was God that did it. And I went to the emergency room and talked to all of them, and I went to the floor I was on in ICU, and I just thanked them all.
Right.
Because I remember the 10 lepers that were healed. I mean, they were healed, but only one was made whole.
Right.
That's when it came back and gave thanks.
Well, you took out a full page ad to the community during that time.
I sure did.
Tell us about that. Why'd you do that?
Well, I wanted everybody knew I'd had a wreck. I mean, it was all over town, But
you're like the pastor of the city, so obviously they're deeply concerned.
Yeah, I wanted everybody to know how grateful I was that God had done that for me,
Yeah.
And I got so many comments on the letter too, and I told myself, I'm not looking for comments. I'm trying to tell y'all God saved my life.
Yeah, it was a huge testimony. Didn't you write in there too about like, hey, if I did you wrong, please forgive me? Or
oh yeah, I did. I asked for apologies from anybody I'd ever offended in any way.
Right.
So just go ahead and clean the slate, get it over with. I still got a copy of it over there somewhere.
That's so awesome. Do they have a link to it, the digital version of it?
No, but you can go to that newspaper and they can put it up.
Yeah, I would love to be able to connect it to this particular program. Thank you for watching the Greg Lancaster Show. Don't forget to follow us, like us, and subscribe. Go to our YouTube channels, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, Parler, Spotify, iTunes. Download our app, even on Getter. Go to the Apple Store and rate us. When you rate us, more people will get the broadcast. That's how this whole logarithm thing works. And thank you for watching the Greg Lancaster Show.